Been keeping you up to date in recent weeks with the progress of the Invercargill Stormers Rugby League team and how well they've been doing, and long overdue before we went out there with our cameras and took some footage last week. We've got two of the management team with us today. On my right, Richard Mackey and co-coach Greg Dawson. Welcome along to Monday Night Sport. Thank you. Great win yesterday. It was a Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, we had a good win up in Dunedin, and we start a new round again this week. So the Raiders were always tough opposition in the past. So we finished off the round good with a good convincing win against them, which was one of our goals in the last round, was to beat the other two top teams away on an away basis, which was Queenstown and Raiders, and we've accomplished that this round. So yeah, we're more than happy with the win on the weekend. Okay,
Richard, how does this 150th anniversary competition work?
Well, it's actually it's just Otago Southland 150th anniversary, and it's just we're in the competition for the season, and hopefully we'll get our competition going at the end of it.
Right. So how many matches are you playing in total?
There's possibly 22 games all up.
Right. So it's quite a lengthy competition. Yeah. Does it culminate in a grand final?
Yes. Yes. We've got one more round to go, and then we're into the semis after that.
Right. And with home ground advantage to the top qualifier, something along those lines?
Well, we might get a semi-final berth. And I think the final will be played in Otago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. We've got some footage of last week's match, which we recorded out at Centre Point. Tell us perhaps about some of the players that we're looking at and how they've performed over the season.
Yeah, we've got the Sean Walters there. He's been running well all year. Our forwards a pretty strong forward pack there, and I think that's Matty Hinger taking the ball up, but Stacey Russell, another one of our strength in the forward pack. Plenty of experience with him and Sean, and but our defence, I think this year we've been working on, quite good, and we're having those big forwards up front have helped us get the go forward against these teams.
You've got quite a lengthy unbeaten run, is that right? If I've kept track of it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we haven't had a loss since the first round.
Yeah.
Has the team steadily improved throughout? Do you think it's just been a steady progression of moving from one step to the next?
Well, I think mainly too is like the players are starting to gel a bit more together now, which is helping the team, because coming from those separate clubs and that to start with is, it took a while for them to gel together, but we can see it in the players now gelling together, and yeah, I think they're just getting better each game. The more we get to know each other's play and that.
Do you think the Otago Southland competition's got a future as a long-term, rather than just this anniversary year? Because it seems that you've got some well-matched teams across the two provinces.
Well, we sort of hope so, that this year won't be the only year. Maybe next year we can still be there and hopefully have our competition at the end of it. Because it's definitely been a better competition this year.
Is Rick? Sorry.
I was going to say, it must have been an incredibly long season. You said 22 games. Is this an Otago Southland competition?
Yeah,
and then you've got your own at the end of this?
Yeah, we're looking to have a run a tennis side at the end of it.
So
just over a few
what
weeks.
Sort of month is this taking you through to?
It could be end of October, September, October, we'll run the tennis side.
And you're starting sort of March, April?
Yeah, that's what's in this one
season,
here.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you sort of find through the season that you suffer injuries and that you sort of get a bit depleted for players because of the length of the season?
Yeah, we haven't been too bad on injuries. We're carrying a squad of 25, so the injuries have been pretty good.
Where's the base of the rugby league in Southland? Is it schools? Is it played much in schools down here?
Well, we're trying to develop the game in the high schools. We're competing against rugby a fair bit, I think. Maybe an option we got next year was, maybe look at bringing the schoolboy competition in after the rugby season, maybe, and help develop our numbers there. But we also want to look at trying to develop in the primaries and intermediates. It's just something we're trying to rebuild as in rugby league, and the development side of it's very important, of course, and we want to try and concentrate on that next year.
Of course, you want to build up numbers for your club competition from schools. So, how many actual club teams would be playing in the Invercargill area?
Well, we're made up of three clubs at the moment,
yeah.
The Stormers, only because, like when we started out at the start of the year, 3 clubs were struggling for numbers, so we hope next year we can, maybe get some of those clubs that we've lost in the past seasons back together with this 10-side competition that we're going to kick in after the Otago Southland one. So.
I think that's the key to a lot of sports, is adapting your sport so that you are attracting more people, perhaps, as you said, reducing numbers so it's more attractive to teams to take part, because they don't need, say, the 15 or whatever. I'm not sure what's rugby league, 13.
13, yeah.
Show my ignorance. But as you see, 10 aside.
Yeah. But you know, that was the whole idea of the 10 aside too, is to, you know, get those numbers and grow from there, because we know we've struggled for numbers at 13 aside, so if we can bring it back down to 10 for sure, you know, we'll hopefully build something for next year.
But that's only short term. 10 aside's only short term, and you know, we want to stick to the 13 aside game.
Yeah.
How's the support level been from the locals when you played at home? There's a fair few people there last Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's getting better, you know, as we get better with our games, and we get a bit of media coverage too through the paper and the radio now, which helps, you know, and I think, you know, it's always the scenario, like if you're in a winning team, you know, people kind of want to follow it a bit more. So that's helped us, and we've got a couple of big games coming up in the next round at home, you know, against Cougars and Raiders back here, so I'm pretty sure that's going to, you know, create a bit of interest, and we hope to see a few people down there to support us.
Sometimes you're the only good news that we've had on the sports news, so
yeah,
you've done a good job in keeping the profile up.
But well, we travel every second weekend to Dunedin too, which is quite tough for the boys, and we like to try and fill the bus to get up there as well, which is you know, good to see the supporters that are coming along to help us out. So
there and back on the same day, and you travel up, play, and travel back.
Yeah.
So that's quite demanding, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But we're getting through it, and the boys are doing their own fundraising and that to get us up there on the bus. So they've done a good job. And
you have a big sponsor behind the team yet, or?
No, well, at the moment, Roadrunner Panel and Paint is our sponsor. So, yeah, but other than that, we've just been, you know, with the help of the 3 clubs that are involved too, they've been helping out. But yeah, it's been hard, but we're getting there. You know, we're at the top of the table now, so we're quite happy with that.
It makes you feel even better still.
Well, it's been worth it, eh? We've got to stay there now.
Terrific. All right, we'll keep close tabs on you, and if you reach those semis, perhaps some extensive coverage, and keep us informed. All right, look forward to having you back sometime. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, time to take a break. We'll be back with some more just in a minute.